My name is Leo Sloan. I'm from Los Angeles, California, and today I'm going to be presenting SEZL, the Buy Now, Pay Later company. SEZL is traded on the NASDAQ and has a ticker of SEZL. My recommendation for the stock is to buy and hold with a target price of $308.71, an upside of 23.2%, and a current share price of $236.84. As you can see in the two-year return versus the S&P 500, SEZL is currently down due to default rate scares, but I believe that the market is undervaluing SEZL and it'll shoot back up partly due to its strong fundamentals, specifically strong user loyalty with 97% repeat user rates, growing margins with Q4 margins up 2,500 bips, and 500% plus subscription growth year over year. Now, SEZL is a digital payment company that was founded in 2017 and is run out of Minneapolis. It offers flexible buy now, pay later solutions that empower consumers, specifically younger consumers like Gen Z and millennials, to build credit and make purchases through interest-free and long-term financing options. SEZL's management team is very well seasoned with their CEO, CFO, and their executive director all having 10 plus years of experience. And their revenue is very well diversified in three main revenue streams: merchant revenue, subscription revenue, and other revenue. In 2024, they amassed $271 million in revenue, 81% of which came from the United States, and the other 19% came from Canada and Australia. These are SEZL's four main payment options: their direct and virtual card integration with their initial business model, which allows users to split purchases into 2 or 4 interest-free payments using a virtual card at checkout. The direct and virtual card integration does have flexible repayment windows. Now, SEZL Premium is a subscription that SEZL offers that has perks such as waived fees, exclusive deals, and priority support, which is similar to Uber's premium subscription, Uber One. SEZL Anywhere is another subscription that SEZL offers, which is a virtual card accepted anywhere where Visa is, and has spending limits based on user history. Now, this does integrate with Apple Pay and Google Pay, which kind of gives the universality of a credit card, but for buy now, pay later options. SEZL On Demand is a one-time virtual card for splitting payments that has no subscription required and offers flexibility like SEZL Anywhere, but is pay per use rather than being a subscription. The buy now, pay later industry offers flexible interest-free payments, which is a key tool for younger generations that make up 78% of SEZL's users. Now, the buy now, pay later industry growth is driven by digital payment and credit and accessibility. Specifically, 49 million Americans are credit invisible or simply unscorable, and this is the audience that SEZL caters towards and wants to help. I project that in 2029, the buy now, pay later industry will be worth over $600 billion and will grow at a steady 22.69% CAGR rate. The two main types of competitors that SEZL faces is non-specialized buy now, pay later companies like PayPal and MasterCard that do offer buy now, pay later solutions, but within a broader payment platform. And the reason that these are inferior to SEZL is that they lack tailored buy now, pay later products. So they kind of just have one buy now, pay later solution. The other type of competitor that SEZL faces is companies that specialize in buy now, pay later solutions. Companies like Klarna, Afterpay, and Affirm focus solely on buy now, pay later and do have flexible credit products, but most of these companies remain unprofitable or face scalability issues, proving why SEZL is superior. The main reason why I rate SEZL a buy is because the recent stock decline is an overreaction, and as credit provisions remain manageable and well within historical ranges, this is largely due to predictable seasonal spending spikes in Q4s, which naturally lead to higher provisions and lower margins in early year quarters. This is evident in the fourth quarter of 2023 and the first quarter of 2024 in the graph on the right-hand side. And another reason why I rate SEZL a buy is because the transformed cost structure has driven over 100% revenue growth and expanded margins, as shown in the bottom right graph. SEZL does currently utilize AI for credit scoring, fraud detection, and personalization, but I propose that they could build upon this by using behavioral-based models with a goal of reducing default rates and improve approval precision rates as SEZL scales. In regard to enhancing credit scoring and consumer experiences, SEZL does already utilize AI for credit checks and personalization, but they should move towards adaptive credit models that could improve approval accuracy. With these smarter support systems, higher satisfaction and longer-term loyalty would follow. In terms of default rates, SEZL does currently utilize AI to help detect risks, but they can improve upon this by analyzing deeper behavioral signals and real-time trends. With this, they could lower default rates and to have stronger margins and improve investor confidence. I rated SEZL a moderate to large moat because in Porter's 5 forces, I rated a 4 out of 5 in everything except for bargaining power of suppliers, largely due to SEZL's suppliers being more so partners that do things such as fraud detection because SEZL does not produce a physical product. With these partners, cost of replacement would be really high because they are highly fragmented. So I did rate it a 3 out of 5, which is decently large threat. Um, for intensity of competitive rivalry, I did rate it a 4 out of 5, which is a low threat because rather than being confined in a space that is already filled up, the buy now pay later industry is expanding outward, so companies don't have to fight over consumers; they can just create new ones. I rated bargaining power of consumers 4 out of 5 as well because SEZL has changed and made their subscriptions more expensive, but their subscription count has only gone up. For threat of new entrants, I also rated it a 4 out of 5 because high capital is required to enter in the buy now pay later market, making new entrants not impossible, but just pretty unlikely. And I rated threat of substitutes also a 4 out of 5 because after utilizing SEZL's buy now pay later options, going to another buy now pay later company such as Affirm or Afterpay would be harder because they have different tailored buy now pay later options that would be more difficult to understand after using the SEZL products. In the bottom left hand corner, we can see that SEZL has diversified their revenue in the recent years. Specifically in 2023, the revenue mostly came from merchant revenue, which was 70% of the revenue. But in 2024, it comes from 3 almost equal streams. SEZL's main revenue drivers are paid subscriber growth and order frequency growth. In paid subscriber growth, SEZL On Demand, which is one of the subscriptions, the user rate has grown 30% year over year and is expected to hit 1 million in 2025. Premium and On Demand, their subscriptions, are fueling reoccurring high margin revenue. And as users see the value in these subscriptions, subscription income becomes more reliable than transaction-based revenue. This is evident in the graph at the right and bottom. In regard to order frequency growth, SEZL Anywhere and SEZL On Demand, their 2 other payment options, are driving increased daily usage across the platform. Higher transaction activity does boost merchant processing fee revenue, and more frequent use of the SEZL platform does lead to stronger user retention and lifetime value. This is my DCF with the Gordon growth method on the right-hand side, along with the exit multiple method. Here are my comparable companies: Block Inc., Firm Holdings, and PayPal Holdings. Within these companies, the comparable company analysis yields an average implied share price of $218 with a corresponding negative 7.75% implied return. The main 3 risks that SEZL faces is default rates, lack of consumer spending, and regulatory challenges, the largest of which is default rates, which can reduce profitability and raise financial risk. And this does have a very simple mitigation, and that is SEZL could utilize AI to enhance credit models and incentivize repayment behavior to reduce default risk while maintaining flexible offerings. The risk that has the highest impact, but is the least probable of happening, is lack of consumer spending, because for this to happen, SEZL users would simply have to just stop using the SEZL platform. But this is very unlikely, as that wouldn't happen. For SEZL's ESG statement for environmental, they aim to limit global temperature rise to 1.5 Celsius annually. In terms of their social part of their ESG statement, the company does target underserved populations, like the 49 million unscorable Americans that I mentioned earlier. And for governance, they do have an established independent board for aiming for strong internal control to ensure high standards of accountability and risk management, along with maintaining ethical leadership. Thank you so much for listening to my presentation. It has been a pleasure presenting to you today.